At seventh chapter, properties of a triangle. Let's take one triangle ABC. Here A, B, C. Total 3 sides. Here capital A vertex opposite side BC denoting with small a, and vertex B opposite side denoting with small b, vertex C opposite side denoting with small c. Then here S small s equals to a plus b plus c divided by 2. So that means half of the perimeter of a triangle. A plus b plus c means perimeter of a triangle, by 2 means half of the perimeter of a triangle. Next to sine rule. So sine rule means a divided by sine a equals to b divided by sine b equals to c divided by sine c equals to 2 into capital R. Here R means circumradius. So what is the meaning of circumradius? A triangle passes through a circle passes through a 3 vertices of a triangle is called a circumcircle, and its radius is called a circumradius. It is denoting with capital R. And here A, B, C are sides. Next here A, B, C are called angles of a triangle ABC. Next second one is cosine rule. Cosine rule. So there are 3 cosine rules. First one is a square equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc into cos a. Next second one, b square equals to c square plus a square minus 2ca into cos b. And the third one is c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab into cos c. Here small a, b, c are called sides of a triangle, and capital A, capital B, capital C are called angles of a triangle. From the first rule, here cos a formula we can define, that is b square plus c square minus a square divided by 2bc. And from the second cos b formula can be defined, that is c square plus a square minus b square divided by 2 into ca. And from the third cos c formula is a square plus b square minus c square divided by 2 into a into b. Next third one is projection rule. First one is small a equals to small b into cos c plus small c into cos b. Next b equals to c into cos a plus a into cos c. Next small c equals to a into cos b plus b into cos a. Next fourth one is tangent rule. In the tangent rule, first one is a minus b divided by a plus b equals to tan a minus b by 2 divided by tan a plus b by 2. Similarly, the second rule is b minus c divided by b plus c equals to tan b minus c by 2 divided by tan b plus c by 2. And the third one is c minus a divided by c plus a equals to tan c minus a divided by 2. So divided by tan c plus a by 2. So these three are tangent rules. Eighth chapter, hyperbolic functions. The first one is hyperbolic sine of. It is denoting with sine hx. So the sin hx formula is e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x divided by 2. The second one is hyperbolic cosine of x. So it is written as a cos hx. So cos hx formula e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x divided by 2. So using these two we can define remaining four hyperbolic functions, that is tan hx. Tan hx means sin hx divided by cos hx, so then it is equals to e power x minus e power minus x divided by e power x plus e power minus x. Fourth one is cot hx, so it is reciprocal of tan hx, so then e power x plus e power minus x divided by e power x minus e power minus x. Fifth one is sec hx, so it is a reciprocal of cos hx. So 1 by cos hx means 2 divided by e power x plus e power minus x. And the last one is cosec hx. It is reciprocal of sin hx. So then 2 divided by e power x minus e power minus x. So next one is sin h of minus x is minus sin hx. Next to cos h of minus x is plus cos hx. Next to tan h of minus x equals to minus tan hx. Next to cot h of minus x equals to minus cot hx. Next to sec h of minus x, so it is positive answer, so sec hx. And the last one is cosec h of minus x is minus cosec hx. So for cos and sec positive, remaining are negative. Next to three identities which are cos h square x minus sin h square x equals to 1. Next to secant h square x plus tan h square x equals to 1. Next last one is cot h square x minus cosec h square x equals to 1. Next to addition formulae. So the first one is sin h of x plus y equals to sin hx into cos hy plus cos hx into sin hy. Next to sin h of x minus cos h of x plus y equals to cos hx into cos hy plus sin hx into sin hy. Next to tan h of x plus y equals to, so tan hx plus tan hy divided by 1 plus tan hx into tan hy. So next to subtraction form. So the first one is sin h of x minus y equals to sin hx into cos hy minus cos hx into sin hy. Second one is cos h of x minus y equals to cos hx into cos hy minus sin hx into sin hy. Next to tan x minus y equals to tan hx minus tan hy divided by 1 minus tan hx into tan hy. Next to formula for 2x, that is multiple angle. First one is sin h2x equals to 2 sin hx into cos hx. Next to second one is cos hx equals to cos h2x equals to cos h square x plus sin h square x, otherwise 2 into cos h square x minus 1, and one more formula 1 plus 2 sin h square x. Next, the third one is tan h2x equals to 2 tan hx divided by 1 plus tan h square x. Next, formula for 3x. So sin h3x equals to 3 sin hx plus 4 sin h cube x. Next, second one is cos h3x equals to 4 cos h cube x minus 3 cos hx. Next, tan h3x equals to 3 tan hx plus tan h cube x divided by 1 plus 3 tan h square x. Next, inverse hyperbolic functions. The first one is sin h inverse x equals to log x plus under root x square plus 1. Next, cos h inverse x equals to log x plus under root x square minus 1. Next, tan h inverse x equals to 1 by 2 log 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Next, cot h inverse x equals to 1 by 2 log x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. Next, fourth one is sec h inverse x equals to log x plus log 1 plus under root 1 minus x square divided by x with base e. Next, cosec h inverse x equals to log 1 plus under root 1 plus x square divided by x with base e. So logarithm with base e are called natural logarithms and the remaining are called common logarithms. Next chapter is complex numbers. An expression is in the form of x plus iy where x comma y are real numbers and I equals to under root minus 1 is called a complex number. Here x is called a real part and y is called a imaginary part. And the set of complex numbers denoting with capital C. For example, the complex number z equals to x plus iy. So it can be written as a z equals to bracket of x comma y. Here x is called a real part, y is called a imaginary part, where I equals to under root minus 1 or I square equals to minus 1. Equality of a two complex number. For example, z1 is one complex number, that is x1 plus I y1. z2 is another complex number, x2 plus I y2. So if x1 equals to x2, y1 equals to y2, so then the two complex numbers will be equal. That means real part in the both and imaginary part in the both complex numbers are equal, then the two complex numbers are equal to each another. Next, to additive inverse of a complex number. For example, z equals to x plus iy. So then its additive inverse will become minus z. So then it is equals to minus of x plus iy or minus x minus iy. Next, multiplicative inverse of a complex number. So Now multiplicative inverse of a complex number is 1 by z. So then it is equals to x minus iy divided by x square plus y square. Next to conjugate complex number. So z equals to x plus iy is a complex number, then its conjugate is denoting with z bar. It is equals to x minus iy. So just change the sign for the imaginary part. So x minus iy is a conjugate of a complex number z. Here z and z bar both are conjugate to each other. Next to polar or modules amplitude form, both are same. So z is a one complex number x plus iy. It is called a Cartesian form. In this, substitute x equals to r cos theta and y equals to r sin theta, and where r equals to under root x square plus y square and theta equals to tan inverse of y by x. So when you substituting x and y values in the given complex number, then it will be converted into a r cos theta plus I into r sin theta. Here we can take the r common, so cos theta plus I sin theta. So it is called a polar form or modules amplitude form. So r equals to, it is denoting with mod z, it is equals to under root x square plus y square is called modules or absolute, and the angle theta equals to tan inverse of y by x is called a amplitude argument of z. So it can be written as a here ampz or argz. So mod z is a distance of the point z from the origin. Exponential form of a complex number, for example z equals to x plus iy, then its exponential form is r into e power I theta. So where r equals to under root x square plus y square. In this chapter, one formula is useful, that is tan inverse of minus x equals to minus tan inverse x. Next to 10th chapter, transformations. So the first one is transformation of products into sums or differences. So the first one is 2 sin A into cos B. So it is a product. Now it is equals to sin A plus B plus sin A minus B. Next second product is 2 cos A into sin B equals to sin A plus B minus sin A minus B. Next third product 2 cos A into cos B equals to cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. And fourth product is 2 sin A into sin B equals to cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. So these four are products transformed to sums or differences. So now reverse. Sums or differences transformed into product. The first one is sin C plus sin D equals to 2 sin C plus D by 2 into cos C minus D by 2. The second one is sin C minus sin D equals to 2 cos C plus D by 2 into sin C minus D by 2. Next third one, cos C plus cos D equals to 2 cos C plus D by 2 into cos C minus D by 2. Fourth one, cos C minus cos D equals to minus 2 sin C plus D by 2 into sin C minus D by 2. The next chapter is inverse trigonometric functions. The first formula is sin inverse x equals to cosec inverse of 1 by x. The second one is cos inverse x equals to sec inverse of 1 by x. Tan inverse of x equals to cot inverse of 1 by x. Next to sine bracket of sine inverse x or sine inverse bracket of sine x. So then sine inverse sine. So it is equals to x. Next to cos bracket of cos inverse x or cos inverse bracket of cos x. Then cos inverse cos, it is equals to x. So in this way you can define remaining 4 trigonometry ratios. Sine inverse of minus x equals to minus sine inverse x. Next to tan inverse of minus x equals to minus tan inverse x. Next to cos inverse of minus x equals to pi minus cos inverse x. Next to cot inverse of minus x equals to pi minus cot inverse x. Next to sine inverse x plus sine inverse y equals to sine inverse of x into under root 1 minus y square plus y into under root 1 minus x square. Next to sine inverse x minus sine inverse y. So sine inverse x into under root 1 minus y square minus y into under root 1 minus x square. Next to cos inverse x plus cos inverse y equals to cos inverse of x into y minus under root 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. Cos inverse x minus cos inverse y equals to cos inverse bracket of x into y plus under root 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. Next to 2 into tan inverse x equals to tan inverse of 2x divided by 1 minus x square. Next to if x into y is less than 1, so then tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula is tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus x into y. So when x into y is less than 1, use this formula. Next if x into y is less than 1, so then tan inverse x plus tan inverse y equals to, so there are two formulas. One is pi plus tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. So this formula is useful when x greater than 0 and y greater than 0. That means x and y both are positive. Next to one more formula, minus pi plus tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus x into y. So it is useful when x is less than 0, y is less than 0. Next to third case, if x into y equals to exactly 1, so then tan inverse x plus tan inverse y equals to, direct answer, that is pi by 2 when x is greater than 0, y greater than 0, minus pi by 2 when x is less than 0 and y is less than 0. So the next formula is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y equals to tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus x into y when x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. 12th chapter, solution of a simultaneous equations using matrices and determinants. So this is a system of linear equation with three different variables x, y, z. To find out this solution x, y, z, we have a total three methods. First one is Cramer's rule method. Second one is matrix inversion method. And third one is Gauss-Jordan method. The first method is Cramer's rule. In this method, first we need to take the matrix delta, that is coefficients of the variables a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, a3, b3, c3. After that, delta 1 is required. So delta 1 means replace the first column with constant numbers. So d1, d2, d3 and write the remaining two columns as it is. Next, delta 2 equals to replace the second column with constant numbers. So that means first and third will come as. Next, delta 3 equals to replace the third column with the constant numbers. So d1, d2, d3. So then the solution, first x equals to delta 1 divided by delta. So these all determinants, delta, delta 1, delta 2, delta 3 are determinants. Next to y equals to delta 2 divided by delta, z equals to delta 3 divided by delta. Next, second method is matrix inversion. In this method, the given system of equations should be right in the Ax equals to D form. It is called matrix notation. So A means constant matrix. So A1, B1, C1. X means variable matrix. So X, Y, Z. D means constant matrix. D1, D2, D3. Next we have to find out the mod A, that is determinant of the A. It should not be equals to 0, then only solution is possible. So then the solution, where it is here, this is the solution. To find the solution, the formula is A inverse matrix of the A multiply with the constant matrix. So then you will get the required solution for the system of equations. Next, third one is Gauss-Jordan method. In this method, first we need to take augmented matrix. It is denoting with A by B. So augmented matrix means A1, B1, C1 and it's beside D1, A2, B2, C2, D2, A3, B3, C3, D3. So it is called a augmented matrix. Using row or column operations, we need to bring this matrix, this 3 by 3 matrix should be converted into a identity matrix. So 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 and then our required answer is alpha, beta, gamma. So this at this place we need to get identity matrix with order 3 and the last column is a required answer for the system of equation. This is Gauss-Jordan method. 13th chapter, solution of a triangles. In a triangle ABC, three angles, angle A, angle B, angle C, three sides. So it is small a, small b, small c. Three sides, three angles are called elements of a triangle. Okay. Next, but what is the definition of solution of a triangles? When three elements are given, then the process of finding the remaining elements is called a solution of a triangles. And in the given three elements, one of the elements should be a side. So to find out the remaining three elements of a triangle, the important formulas are, first of all, sum of the three angles equals to 180 degrees. Next one is sine rule. That is A by sine A equals to B by sine B equals to C by sine C. It is equals to 2 into capital R. Next to cosine rule. So cosine rule, first one is A square equals to B square plus C square minus 2 into B into C into cos A. From this, cos A equals to B square plus C square minus A square divided by 2 into B into C. Similarly, cos B equals to C square plus A square minus B square divided by 2 into C into A. And the third one is cos C equals to A square plus B square minus C square divided by 2 into A into B.